Well, it won't be long until the lightning bugs are twinkling about the yard and doing their little dance. It usually happens about mid-spring. But you don't have to wait until the lightning bugs come to put a little twinkle into your garden. I'm going to show you how to create some garden tea light lanterns. So go grab your baby jars and let's head off to the studio. I love this project. This is a great way to recycle some of the jars that you have laying around the house, and a great way to add a little spice to your garden. So again, you're going to have to get some tacky glue. I have two different sizes of armature wire here. This is a 3/16. It's called wire form armature wire, 3/16 in diameter, and it's aluminum. And then I have a 1/16 inch diameter. You can get these at art stores, but if you can't find it or you don't have one locally, you can also get aluminum wire at your local hardware store. It just comes, it looks a little bit different. It's packaged a little different than this. You can also use a variety of thicker gauged wires. Now, again, this is a great project for your baby jars. You need to select a jar. Any jar is going to work fine, but something that has a lip to it. And I love to buy these candles. You get these at the department store for around $1. They're pre-filled. If you're using a baby jar, then you'll want to have some little tea light votives. I also have a vintage charm here. This is a bow. Of course, you could use a heart or anything that you have laying around. This is just to accent the front of it. And then you're going to need a pair of pliers to cut your wire with. What I have here along with my votive jar is an 8-inch piece of the 1/16 diameter aluminum wire, and then I have a piece that's about 18 inches here. So the reason I like to work with aluminum is it's really soft. It's really, really easy to work with, and it doesn't hurt your hands to cut it with a pair of pliers. You'll find it really, really soft. I have bent the 8-inch piece of wire into a half a circle, and this is going to be the handle on your jar. So we're going to set that to the side just for a second, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this wire around the lip of the jar here, not around the lid, so maybe you want to take the lid off if you're using a votive candle. You need to make sure that this is pretty tight, okay? And you're going to wrap it around just like this. So I have a double layer back here, and I'm about to have a double row of wire in the front. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to insert your handle under the wire. You can loosen it up if you need to, just a little bit, like this. And I'm going to coil the end. So it takes a little bit of maneuvering here. Let me tilt this to the side and you can watch me coil. I'm just going to bend it into a coil with my pliers here. Okay, now I'll show you what that looks like. It's hard to see because I've got lots of little wires coming out, but here I'll take it off. You can see I do have just a little coil right there. All right, slip that back on. And you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Now don't worry, this isn't going to come off when we're finished here, so just slip that down. And make your coil. It's easier doing it this way than trying to hold your handle up as you're wrapping the wire around. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this wire really, really tight, and you're going to bend it back around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure it right here where my little coil for my handle is. So I'm just going to wrap that around my handle to secure, and I'm anchoring it with my thumb. That way I keep it nice and tight, just like that. You can reposition if you need to. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. And these are so easy to do. You have a couple of choices with your wire ends here, your little ends. You can continue to curl them all the way. You can also cut them off, or you can make little coily cues coming out to the side, which is like a little decorative accent. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip off the excess here and then press that flat with my pliers. This. So lots of different ways you can decorate the front of your bottle. You could paint this with some translucent iridescent outdoor paints. That's really pretty. You can even glass etch this if you wanted to. So get really creative with these little lanterns. They're just so cute. We're going to decorate the handle up just a little bit. We're going to come back and grab another piece of the 1/16 inch diameter wire here. And I'm just going to snip it off. I'm not even going to measure it. And I like to start right here in the center. I just think that it's easier than starting down at the end and working up. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to random coil around. I'm not even going to pull it tight up against the handle because I like that coiled effect. You could also add beads to the handle if you have some. That's always fun. And this candle smells so good. This is, I think it's country linen. Oh, fresh cotton. I don't know where I got country linen, but it's a fresh cotton. Also bought one that was honeysuckle, and it smells so good. Great little party favors too, in case you're having a backyard party. We're going to do the same thing to the opposite side here. I'm going to make a little hanger for this so that it can be a little garden lantern, but you know, these are great just to set on the table, especially if it's an outdoor party. You might want to fill your candle full of citronella to kind of be a nice little bug repellent, but then it's decorative too. So that's always fun. So you can trim off any excess that you have, or you can just continue to wrap it all the way around. And now I have my candle secure. My handle's on there good and tight. And just one really quick step to finish the lantern part of it is to come in with your charm. Mine's metal, so if this is going to be something that's going to be outdoors, you want to make sure that it is something that will endure the weather outdoors. And I'm just going to take my tacky glue. I'm going to glue it on to the front. But I'll tell you, here's a little, you can kind of take your pliers and kind of round that out and bend it a little bit so it conforms to the shape of your jar a little bit better. There we go. Now I'll tacky glue it. This tacky glue will dry clear, so don't worry if, you know, like I got a big glob there. It'll dry clear and it'll disappear. All right, that is all you need to do to make the lantern portion of it. Let me show you how to make the little hanger for this. And we're going to go back to more, let me set this aside, to more of our aluminum armature wire. And this is the thicker stuff. This is 3/16 inch here. And I'm going to stretch it out. So you'll need a little bit of a coil. You'll want some of it that is straight. But you can see I'm just working this with my hands. That's why I love aluminum. It's really easy to work with because it's such a soft metal. So you can make this base shape right here any shape you want. You can add a coil, a loop, whatever it is you want. You can make this as tall as you want, but it is a little sturdier if you keep it less than 2 feet. Okay, so about 18 inches or so. So these look really great in small little gardens or in little containers. So this would be the base where I would stick it into the ground here. And then I've got this decorative little coil, and I've got this top here that I haven't done anything with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape this into the lantern holder. And so I'm going to bend this into a loop. Okay, and there's my loop. This is the top. And then I'm going to bend this and massage this down with my hand here. You kind of get the idea that it's creating a shepherd's hook. All right. So this is the area that my lantern would go on. All right. So let me show you what this looks like when it's all finished.